Hi everybody, good afternoon and welcome to today's Saturday Sip. I am Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am waiting for someone to pop on while I set up my video. There we go. So I mentioned how excited I was about this this apple blossom bundle here. This is that special from the all right, now where did I put it? There's so much going on, you guys. Not only in, here it is. Oh my gosh, I forgot I spilled I spilled Diet Coke all over my stuff, so I apologize. But this is the one here that I am most excited about. I mean, they're all cool, but this is what I'm going to talk about right here. This is the Perfect Partners. These dies are not available. All of the dies that you're seeing in this group of bundles here with these 6 stamp sets. So they're only going to be available this month while supplies last. So I've been looking at this bundle. And I was thinking, do I want it? I don't know. But I started seeing like amazing projects. And, you know, demonstrators are just like everybody else. We see something and we have to have it. And that's what happened. Hi, Chris. So I'm going to be using mostly the dies for this one, but you're going to see me in some other videos using more of the stamps sets. So I am going to recommend that when you see this, thank you, Pam. Thanks for sharing also, that you consider getting the whole bundle, because these dies, I mean, look at all of them. They're so cool. And I've pre-cut a lot of stuff, so you guys don't have to watch me do it. But I mean, it's got a ton. So this is what we're going to be working with today. And some watercolor paper. So I'm going to put my scrap paper down. Now here's a trick about, oh, that's the Whisper White. Never mind. Here is the trick. I've lost it. Okay. So this is our Fluid 100 watercolor paper. This is what I used, but this is a brand new package because I use it a lot and I've used it up. So, but here's a little trick for you. If I can get it out. This paper here, this cover, this is watercolor paper too. So one of the interesting things that I've been using is that piece. Obviously it's 5x7 and it's $9. Excuse me. So, because that's my old notes from my last pack. But I'm going to use this as a sample to show you how I did what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do a whole thing, but let me show you the card that I am casing. And if you've forgotten, casing stands for copy and stamp everything. This is a sort of a copy. It's very, very similar to one another demonstrator did. Hers went this way. She used different colors. But, I mean, I'm in love with this one. So I'm not doing this exact one, but I wanted you guys to see it. Hi, Gail. Thanks for sharing. I also used, believe it or not, this is this tiny tag right here, this little one, and then an extra flower on it. And then I used one of my favorite new dies. I really do like these a lot. This die is what created that background. So, just so you guys know, all of the stuff that I used for this card, the colors that I used on this one, I have notes. I used refills of Pale Papaya and Polished Pink. So this would be the Pale Papaya, and obviously that's the Polished Pink. But you can see I did it on all of the pieces before they were cut out. Like here is the piece from the flowers. So you can see I pre-watercolored that before I die cut out all the flowers for the front. So I'm doing something similar, a card similar, but not exactly, because I mean, you know, why not give you guys 2 ideas? Why just give you 1, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, this time I'm using 3 colors. I'm using So Saffron, Pumpkin Pie, and Parakeet Party. So I'm going to start with the So Saffron, and this is just an old Stampin' Up! Container. I have pretty little bowls and things, but I just thought this is going to work for what I'm doing. And I'm going to use the water painters. And if you haven't used our water painters before, you get 3. One of them, this one I keep rubbing alcohol in, obviously. But one is a flat brush, like that. And then there are 2 other brushes. One is a small tip brush. We won't be using that one today. We're going to be using the one that's a little bigger. Why? No reason at all, except it's the one that that I used. So I'm not that fancy of an artiste. Oh, I'm glad you like the card, Chris. Thank you. So now this is just a little thing with water, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to that So Saffron ink refill because I want it to be pretty juicy. So now I'm going to just wiggle that around, and then I'm just going to paint with it. I'm just making a mess, okay? Then I'm going to take the next darkest color, which would be Parakeet Party, because the Pumpkin Pie is going to be the darkest. So if you're going to be doing a lot of these cards, I suggest you have a different container for every color, because they will start to run together. So again, this is Parakeet Party. This is one of the in colors. So it's basically the same thing. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to add some more color to it in different splotches. But I love this. I love how this just sort of comes out. Very cool, right? I love it. So here is another one. By the way, some of you asked, this is Pumpkin Pie, about my daughter. She is back in the hospital, so please pray for my sweet Brittany. She has a lot of health issues, and some of them are pretty dire. So I don't want to talk about it too much, but, you know, she definitely needs some prayers. So, okay. And then, anyway, you get the idea. This is how I just... And if that seems too, you know, like that's too thick, do some clear water, grab it, and then you can kind of start to blend out some of what you did. All right. You don't want to get it super wet, but you get the idea. This one's kind of messy and not quite as pretty, but it would work for cutting out the flowers, I think. Now then you're going to set this aside to dry, which of course, through the magic of I did it previously. Oh, I think I need to plug this in. Hold on, you guys. My battery is going. Hang on, hang on, hang on. All right. There we go. Phew. So hopefully that will work. But I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, it's a hard thing to watch your child. She's almost 40, but she's still my baby. So, all right. All right, so that's basically how I got this background, and I did it like that, and then I let it dry, and I'm going to move this so I don't make a big mess, although there's no guarantees. And here is my dried one. It does dry a little bit lighter, but you get the idea. It's kind of the same, but I wanted to do something that has a little more fall color like to it. And again, look, I used the back of that like label paper. Thanks. I appreciate the prayers, you guys. You're awesome. So my base is going to be So Saffron. So I am folding this. So if you guys see that I'm not like super active, off and on, you'll know why. I'm going to try, because stamping is really, it's like an outlet for me. So, you know, I'm going to try. Anyway, I do have a piece of Whisper White to put on the inside, but I don't know yet if I'm going to stamp it or not. So we're going to just hold off on that. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. And again, I'm using my new favorite, the liquid. I don't know that it's so new of a favorite. I've been using it a lot lately. And I'm going to do it that way, I think. I always have to think about what I'm doing with the card. That way. Do it that way. So, and I use the same adhesive to adhere this piece. Now, you can use those adhesive sheets, but with all these little squares to pop out, I find personally that it makes it a little difficult, and you can just put a little glue around the edges, and of course there's more glue under here, so that helps. Okay, so now there's my card front. I see a little glue squished out, but that's okay. Now I want to stamp my happy birthday. This is from one of my favorite new, new from the annual catalog, the Go-To Greetings. This is the one that has the sentiments, 3 different sizes, like here's a happy birthday, there's a happy birthday, there's a happy birthday. It's the same with thinking of you, just a note and thank you, plus they threw in a little extra hello, probably because they had space in the piece of rubber when they put it on there. So they figured, well, let's put something there. So Stampin' Up, always thinking, right? All right, so I'm going to stamp that on here. And there's a reason why I'm doing the sentiment right away, because I'm going to be adding some of those flowers, which I will show you in just a minute. And I want to be sure that my sentiment doesn't get covered up. So there we go. Happy birthday. Probably should have used my Stamp-A-Majig, because that could have used some extra stamping. But so this is what I used, and you can see I cut out a lot of flowers this time. Again, I used this piece. Don't waste anything. You know how I feel about that. And then here's all of my flowers. There they all are. Like a boatload of them. So now I am just going to play around. There's no particular rhyme or reason to my design theory on this. I kind of played it out when I was designing the card, but you know, you don't necessarily always put things back the way that you did when you first designed them, right? That's just how it goes. So I love how the flowers end up with, I mean, look at all the different colors on that. Isn't that pretty? So then when you put it down, you can decide, where do you want it? I want some of that white to poke through here where there's color. And I am just trying to decide what I'm going to do. Like I said, no logic to it. This one I knew exactly. I wanted 5, and I've got the 3 big ones, and then I have 3 smaller ones. I knew exactly how to place those. These are kind of more of a designed by the seat of your pants kind of stuff, you know. I'm going to set that so it's slightly over that one. And I don't want it too matchy-matchy. So I don't want them to be like even Steven or anything like that. Does anybody say even Steven? Apparently, because I just did, right? And I don't even know if I'll use all these flowers, but I'm thinking I might. So I'm going to put one down here. Oh, you sometimes have to hold them for a second so they hold in place. But then this glue, it's keeping them. It is going to keep them steady. If I can get it to come out when I want it to. I am not exactly the most coordinated stamper, as you guys know. I mean, you guys who watch me, you know that I definitely have my moments. I think I want the green to poke up there. A little more seeable on top. Okay. Stay. Stay, stay, stay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. Sorry. I should have thought of that. My mind is kind of not quite exactly functioning well. Okay, so I'm trying to get some base flowers on here just to get things moving before I put a few maybe up on dimensionals, because I think that would be fun. I don't want them to look too much alike when they're by each other, but there is a lot of pumpkin in these, and I kind of wish I had a little more green, but you know what? It's an art project. It comes out the way it comes out, right? All right, so now I don't have my take your pick handy, but I'm going to start putting some popped up flowers in some places. So I'm putting a little Stampin' Dimensional on the back. I'm using the minis because you can't see them as much, and they just barely fit. You may even decide you need to trim them. I don't know. Depends on how picky you want to be, I suppose. So there's that one. And I'll pop up this one, I think. What color is this one? Okay, we'll do this one. No, we'll do this one. And, you know, I just cut out a bunch. I don't know that they're all going to go on, or I may decide, I should do more of them, and then I'll add more later. But this is what I have for the video, so. But, I mean, look at, can you guys see how detailed these are? I mean, they are just really, really cool. So, they are fun, fun, fun stuff. So let's see here. I'm going to put this one down just flat. But you guys are getting the idea of what I'm doing, I'm sure, because I'm almost done. There's still something else I want to add. So I'm not completely done here. But I kind of want this pretty full of flowers. I'm going to put this one up. And this one is really tiny, so I'm actually going to cut one of these a little less than half. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I've cut it a little less than half because the smaller ones are pretty skinny. And now I can't see it. I took both of them, that's why. Stay. I love adhesive. Stay, thank you. I'm going to try and get that on there so you can't really see it too much. You can put some on your petals too if you want to. Oh, looks like I already got that off. I'm thinking that one's going to go there. So I'm going to put that one right over here, I think. There is a little bit of an empty space there. So maybe I should move this one if it'll let me move that one a little bit. Just a little, not a lot. And then I'm going to do this one up on dimensionals also. Just because I can, right? Now don't go away. I'm not done decorating this. Just because all the flowers are on does not mean I have finished. Hi Kathy. Do you have a sister that does Stampin' Up or Lives also? No. In fact, Beglow is my married name. To my knowledge, there's nobody in my family, like seriously. I have family members who craft, but there's nobody who does paper crafting that I know of. So my daughter on occasion, but even she doesn't do it very often. So nope, I have a lot of friends who do lives and they feel like sisters. Are you planning to leave me, Pam? Is that why you asked? Okay, so I'm using the champagne rhinestones, and as you can see, I have some leftover ones here that I'm going to go ahead and start just putting some rhinestones on this card front. Just in the center. There's a lot of options you can use when you're creating. So, but I just thought that this, the champagne color was going to look best because I wanted to keep this sort of fall-like, and they have that yellowy tone to them. Well, champagne colored, but you know what I mean. So I like to get these ones that are underneath, and I am using the smaller ones on most of the small ones. I think I used a medium one over here, over there. So you don't want any of your flowers to feel like they were deserted, right? And like I said, I have a bunch of, well, a bunch. I have 2 more cards that I made myself stop because because I know you guys don't want to see the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, that's all my small ones. All right, let me grab some more of my big rhinestones for some of these bigger pieces here. And I know you're supposed to have an uneven number. I didn't count, so I don't know. So I'm actually using the medium rhinestones for these big ones that are flat. They're, you know, glued right to my card front. Oh, I've got glue on my fingers, and so it wants to come home with me. Oh, I did have another one. Okay, cool. All right, so, oh, missing one there too. Grab another medium-sized one. Okay, there we go. There are my cards. This is the one I cased, and then after I did this one, I was actually going to show you guys this exact same card in these colors, and then I decided why not do something a little bit different. So that is what I have for you guys, and I hope you guys like it. Thank you. Again, on this card I used So Saffron Reinkers and what did I say? I think it's on the back. Hang on. Nope. Somewhere my sticky note. Oh, here it is. Polished Pink. So that is what I used on this one, and on these I used So Saffron, Parakeet Party, and Pumpkin Pie. So this one has 2 colors. This one has 3 colors. And I don't know. I mean, the So Saffron kind of disappears, but it is in there. So you can see places where it is a little bit a paler shade of yellow. Anyway, I hope you guys like it. I hope you will share my video and ask your friends to come follow me either here on Facebook.com/MemoryInkers, where I do all of my live videos, or on my YouTube channel, which is also MemoryInkers. This background, Kathy, I talked about it earlier in the video. It's this die set. So it was this die right here. And it is called Split Card Texture Dies. And the dies that I used, I'm going to just repeat for you guys. I also used the tags, when the little tags did that. So the Apple Harvest is going to be in the mini catalog, the fall mini catalog, that runs through December. So by itself. But this month only, they have a limited edition on these dies, and you can buy them as a bundle and get the bundle savings. So that is on my website, but it's called Perfect Partners, and my website is MemoryInkers.com. If you want to have it, the bundle for these, this is so bad, and then I spilled my pop on it. Let me see. It's $162,526, and it'd be $53 for both of those. $53. Remember, anything over $50 gets you an extra gift from me in the month. If you're spending more than $150, because there's a lot, there's 6 of these sets. So you might look at them and go, oh my gosh, I really want the this birthday piggy bundle, you know, and then you start adding stuff up and suddenly you're at $150. I know, it can happen. Then don't use my hostess code, because then you'll get the benefits. But otherwise, please do, when you go to MemoryINKers.com, use my hostess code 9, that's a Y, JHAKEH. That is my hostess code for September 2022. And again, this is the bundle that I used, and I'm gonna, oh, I forgot, I was zoomed down when I was talking about this, so there you go, there it is. Anyway, so I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to share, comment below that you shared so you can make my drawing for free stuff. And if you spend more than $50, which this bundle is, you're going to get an extra gift from me also. And I hope you will come back. My plan, depending on my daughter, is to be here on Tuesday for a Tiny Tip Tuesday, when I will be doing another cool card. I have 2 more cool cards with this bundle, and honestly, I didn't even do one. I mean, look at this. I mean, talk about perfect back to school card for the teacher, right? I didn't even do a teacher's card. I mean, why didn't I? I don't know, but maybe because I don't have any kids in school anymore. But yeah, it's a really, really great bundle. So the Just a Note and the Happy Birthday, they both come from the Go-To Greetings set that I showed you earlier. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. Those of you who shared already, I appreciate it. If you are watching this from someone's shared video or from my YouTube channel and you want to watch me live, make sure you go to facebook.com/MemoryInkers and follow me and get alerts for when I'm going live. So, okay, you guys, have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Thanks for all the prayers for Brittany. I know I appreciate it, and I'm certain that she appreciates it. Have a blessed day and a great weekend.